What do you think of Crocs, the shoes? Do you love them? Do you hate them? No matter what your opinion, I think we can both agree that they've made an impressive business. They'll do over $3 billion in revenue in a single year these days, and it's a testament to a few things. Number one, if you think about it, they really just have the one parent SKU. And that's impressive. If you're an Amazon seller and you had one parent SKU and you did $3 billion a year across all retail channels, you're a hero, you're a legend. That's pretty epic. Sure, they have a lot of size and color variations, and they've even branched into other types of footwear as subcategories, but for the most part, you know them for that primary clog SKU, and so that's what they've done. And they've also done that for a long time. They were founded in the early 2000s, maybe 2002, 2003, thereabouts. It's been 20 years. 20 years of one parent SKU, $3 billion in annual revenue. Pretty remarkable. I didn't want to talk about that necessarily today. I just want to give you some backstory so that you know where I'm coming from with this. I am a fan of Crocs, the product and the company. And so when I am abroad, no matter what country I'm in, I go looking for Crocs to see what their market presence is like. And also just as a fan of the shoe, if you want to call it a shoe. We can get into that later. But so when I go to Canada, the Crocs selection is limited, very limited indeed. I'll go to it's called Sporting Life in Canada. I'll go there and I'll find a small selection of Crocs, very seasonally limited. And once the fall winter season comes around, they just disappear. And the pricing also, dollar for dollar, regardless of the exchange rate, is higher than the Crocs price in the US. Flipping that over, if you go to like a Dick's Sporting Goods or something like that in America, I get greeted with a floor-to-ceiling selection of Crocs, just mind-blowing stuff. All colors, sizes, even stuff that nobody asked for, like the fur lining inside of a Croc. It's extremely offensive. But crazy selection and also very good competitive pricing, dollar for dollar versus Canada. So what exactly is going on? I would relate this to exactly how the US and Canadian Amazon marketplaces interact. It's exactly the same. Canada will have less selection and higher prices. And the US will have more selection and lower prices. And I think that's just competitive forces in the US. There's so many sellers, so many Amazon sellers, so many SKUs that those sellers are forced to drive their prices down. But in Canada, not so much, right? There's less competition, and so you can afford to price higher. And this is exactly what I heard from seven-figure seller David Schomer recently on an interview. Those guys host the Firing the Man podcast. It's a great show. I've been on it a couple times. And he was saying how they were launching their brand. They have a pet brand, and they launched it in Canada. And dollar for dollar, they could charge 5, 10, 15% more for that same product in Canada. Dollar for dollar, exchange rate considered. And Canadians are willing to pay more just because they have less selection. There's about 38 million Canadians. Currently, that's about the population of California, to give you a sense. So it's a non-trivial market. And the other interesting thing that a lot of sellers may not be considering is that they are sort of starved for selection there, as I am with my Crocs when I go to Canada. So something to consider. I also wrote you a free book on exactly how to scale up using Amazon FBA to 7 and then 8 figures. We've done it ourselves with many of the brands that we work with, and so this is just our playbook. We're sharing it out for free, and if you like it, if you see some success from it, let me know. Send me an email. I'd be happy to hear from you. So until the next time, I'll see you then. Go get your free guide. It's in the comments of this video. It's totally free. I'll see you in the next one.